Hello everyone, welcome to your second royal reading here at MadWorldTarot, and I'm still looking at that family portrait in the holiday card and looking now at the children again, but looking at stories that are circulating about the children being ready for launch on the public. Basically, the children we haven't seen for a very long time now being readied for public appearance, and speculation that that will be in a couple of months at the Invictus Games in Canada, Vancouver. And it's been talked about before. It was discussed some months ago that this might be in the works. Family-friendly Invictus Games, and Harry and Meghan would be bringing along at least Archie. And it's, of course, Archie's legacy, according to Harry, that the Invictus Games is something that Archie will take over at some stage. And so he does have to start going and start being seen, if this is the plan, that's going to be passed down through the generations. I don't know if Invictus Games is going to last the next year, but that is the plan, apparently. So we're going to have a look. I've got the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table for this one. I have seen evidence, or energy, better word. I have seen energy in my readings recently that the children might start to show up at things or be shown or brought along to events, that the time has now come. And of course, Archie is of an age where it's possible for him to attend things, and that's the age that the William and Catherine's children were when they started to be seen in public. Although that's not true. Seen them baby in public. I've taken on tours, so scratch that. That's not true at all. Baby. I'm thinking of Prince George in Australia. And being very feisty in a playgroup and not wanting to let go of toys, I seem to recall very early on, and Charlotte having a nice little tantrum, I think in Germany, on a runway, if I recall correctly. Meghan and Harry didn't seem to want to risk any of that kind of stuff. And let's remind you, very important, this is tarot. It's for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion or speculation. Just read energy, and of course, disclaimer in the box below. We have the Wheel of Fortune. It's called Fate in this particular tarot. And of course, the wheel turns, luck changes. If you've been through a run of bad luck, as the Parkles have been, then you would want that wheel to turn, and you might in fact think that taking your children, or at least one of them, to the Invictus Games in Canada might just change your luck and make you popular again. So there we have it. It's all about timing. The Fate card, the Wheel of Fortune, it's about choosing your moment for the best possible reward, return, basically. Fortune favors the brave. The Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, it would be quite a gamble taking them along. As I say, we've seen the Wales, they were then the Cambridge kids, acting up and handled very well by their parents. I'm not sure that Harry and Meghan would be able to deal with that kind of situation in public quite so successfully. That's just my personal opinion. Situation we are dealing with today, 10 of coins. That is, it's quite funny, it's so literal. That is the generations card. And I have just been going on about Harry wanting to hand Invictus on to Archie. This is Archie's, I suppose, his future, his providing for Archie through the Invictus Games. This is going to be your job, my son. This is your legacy, my legacy, that you are inheriting 10 of coins, because of course due to my awful behavior and book I wrote and docu-series I made about the rest of my family in the UK, you've been iced out of the British royal family forever. So here you can have the Invictus Games instead. That is me being snarky of course. So let's look at this notion in general. Is it being considered? Time to show the kids. Ooh, a devilish plan. There is the devil. And of course, in these royal readings, the devil quite often shows up. And the devil has acquired certain associations. For me, as a tarot reader, those associations would be in Montecito. What is interesting about the devil is that the devil chains you to something. And so this plan, if it is being contemplated, would tie certain people together who might not want to be tied together but find themselves in this awkward situation, bound to the devil. First of all, Harry would be chained to Meghan because she would have to be there with the kids. It would look quite strange if he just showed up with Archie, for instance. And then the Invictus Games finds themselves chained to Archie if Archie is produced as the heir apparent to the games. So they all get chained together. And how about the Invictus Games themselves? How do they feel about this notion that they might have the kids foisted on them for reasons that aren't entirely to their advantage, but certainly would be to the devil's advantage, shall we say it like that? How do they feel? Death, where is thy sting? It's the death card, the ending card, but it's in reverse. Will this ever end? Can we ever cut this bond between us and the devil? Literally, that's what's on the table. We would like to sever that connection, but we can't. We are stuck. Death card in reverse means a difficult situation, a toxic situation, a situation that really needs to end, cannot for some reason be ended, or for some reason people won't give it the final death blow and put it out of its misery. It's left to linger, to languish and fester. Two major arcana, and they're both pretty nasty cards sitting there in a very unhappy alliance, I would say. So I think we got our answer there. Let's look at Harry and Meghan and their attitude to taking the children along. Harry has always said, my children won't be exploited and foisted on the public like I was. How about it? How about taking them to the Invictus Games? How does he feel about that? No, doesn't want to do it. Interesting. The Lovers and the Lovers in reverse. Bad choice. Not something he wants to do. It looks as if it's something that could be a deal breaker with Meghan. If you insist on doing this, consider our relationship at an end, even. It's that powerful, the Lovers in reverse, because it really is a Splitsville. He doesn't want to do this. Quite clear. For me, my opinion. How about her? That's a big, strong yes. Ace upright, yes. Ace of coins, payday. It's a big deal for her. She really wants this. This would be the launch because it's new energy, fresh start, an ace. This is putting them on the road to, in my opinion, monetizing them. That she thinks she could get deals out of this. And it would be very lucrative to do this. Quite literal. This reading really is quite literal. Let's look at the children themselves, who have no say in this, who are, in my opinion, in quite difficult circumstances. That's just my opinion, and I hope for their sakes that I am entirely wrong. Archie first. Archie going, Archie, impact on Archie, anything universe wants to tell us. I've got the 6 of Coins, which is the being presented to him as this is a nice, happy thing to do. You can go and share, and you can learn how to do charitable stuff, because that's what Mummy and Daddy do. We're so good, we're so kind and so generous and so humanitarian. We spread bounty wherever we go. So he sees it, if it's been explained to him that this what is in store for him, he sees it as lovely. That's lovely. I can go, we saw that ridiculous, or we heard that ridiculous story in the Cut magazine article about how Megan drives around with backpacks full of energy bars or whatever it was, that she could stop and give to the homeless in Montecito, the abundant homeless in Montecito. So Archie might have learnt from little that this is what you do. If there's a terrible tragedy, say a school bang, bang, bang kind of a thing that's happened, you show up with some rather tired looking flowers and crisps and sandwiches that you've bought from a local supermarket to hand out to people who are actual first responders. That is, of course, my opinion. How about Lilibet, who is significantly younger than he is? What's going on there? Star in reverse. I'm trying to ask from her point of view, right? I don't think this is her point of view at this stage. I think he's got some grasp of what's the issue here. This, for me, is that it's too early for her to be displayed in public. And yes, I use the word displayed in public. The star of the show isn't quite ready. Too young. Maybe hasn't been, isn't quite predictable in her behavior. The star of the show is, we're going to have to wait for that one. So I think if we do see, it will be Archie. I think Archie has some understanding of this is his life's purpose. This is what he's going to do. And he seems to think that's okay, and that's good. But it looks like the thorn here in this whole thing, the fly in the ointment rather, the love is in reverse. Harry is a hell no at this point, and probably the hell no has something to do with exploiting the children, but also has something to do with, I don't want you there at the Invictus Games, my darling wife. I would rather you stayed far, far away. There is that energy in that card too, of course. So, are we going to see in February in Canada? And I'm getting a no. Ace of Blades in reverse. No. No, 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 no. Nope. It's a very emphatic no. She's got a yes. Oh, yes, please. Yes. Doesn't look like she's got the deciding vote in this. It looks like the deciding vote is his vote, and that is just such interesting energy. The devil sitting above the death card in reverse. The Invictus Games are just like, we're so over this, we just don't want any of this anymore in our lives. When can this end? It can't end for them until Birmingham is out the way in 2027, can it? So that's interesting energy on the tarot table. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.